Hey y'all, it's Laura and it's Stretch the Sketch time again. This is a video hop collaboration with a lot of other ladies, and we are going to take this 12 by 12 sketch and use it on a different size. So last month, I did a 12 by 12 and a 6 by 12, stretching it to 2 pages. This time I'm going to shrink it down just a little bit. So this layout's going to be 9 by 12. I'm going to be using this Bella Boulevard Dad Style collection that I just picked up from Paper Issues, and really like the colors in this collection. And this is my first time using it, so I did kind of flip through all of the papers just to get a feel for what I had to work with. And again, I'm going to use these really sweet photos of my husband's grandpa, who passed away a year or two ago, 2 years I think. And I thought it would be fun to just do a couple of really sweet photos of him because today's Father's Day, and that just seemed appropriate to go ahead and honor him on this day. So these photos, let me explain a little bit. His grandpa was in his 70s when he passed, and the top photo is from our wedding. And the left and bottom photo are from when the twins were very, very little, and that was his first time meeting them. And he was just thrilled. He was absolutely thrilled to hold his little baby great-grandchildren, and he loved it. So what I'm going to do for this sketch is I'm going to take these 4x4 squares from the cut apart, and I'm going to make some frames. And these are going to look a lot like the little Polaroid frames. And I'm not going to put them perfectly on top of the picture because in the sketch, it had all of the photos on this nice little jaunty angle. And while I think that looks really cool, I want to make the best use of my space as possible. And because this is a 9 by 12, I don't have a lot of width to work with. So I decided that making these little Polaroid style frames is going to allow me to keep my photos straight and put the frames on a jaunty angle. And that way I'll have the same effect without taking up a ton of extra space. So these little frames, and you might be going, Laura, you cut into them. What are you doing? I did that because I knew I was going to be gluing them directly to the photo, so it really didn't matter because I could match them back together, and you can't even see the cut line. So don't worry too much, guys, if you do that. It just made it easier to cut. And so I'm going to do that for both of the cut aparts. Now this one, I was careful to leave this heart intact because I had a feeling I was going to pop that into this layout somewhere, and I did. Really, really love this collection. I will say though that the die cuts are huge, and I'm not sure how I'm going to use all of those giant shoes. So we'll have to see if I can use those up on another layout. I do hope that y'all will check out all of the lovely ladies in this video hop. We have tons of layouts for you, all using the same sketch and either stretching it larger or making it smaller. So you can take it down to a traveler's notebook or up to a double page spread. I think this 9 by 12 size, which by the way, this is the first time I've ever done a 9 by 12 layout. I think this 9 by 12 size is a lot of fun and creates a lot of opportunities to challenge yourself, which, you know, if you follow me, I love a good challenge, especially a scrappy challenge. So this was kind of fun to see how I could work with a different size, and it's a lot of fun. I mean, you could change this. You could try 9 by 12, let's say, and if you don't like it or it's not going to fit in your album, you could always pop this up onto a piece of white cardstock, and then you just have 2 borders on either side of your layout. I mean, it really wouldn't be any big deal at all. Or even another pattern piece of paper, because like I have that brown border around the outside, I could put another pattern paper behind it and make this a 12 by 12 easily to fit into my album if I want to. This little My Hero heart is so sweet, and I was really excited to squeeze that on here. And I did grab this border paper that's a cut apart, and I want to create a border across the bottom. I do love my borders, y'all. I love my little boundaries. I think it keeps everything into the layout and gives a very consistent look. And after a lot of flipping through the papers, I decided on this very neutral paper to be the base layer of this background because I'm going to have 3 pieces of paper layered on top of each other, all with patterns. And I thought, you know what, this background has got all those words, let's have a neutral in between. So I did go ahead and check, make sure I liked that before I go and start gluing everything down. And this is more or less how the layout's going to be set up. Now I do grab this really cute heart paper and another one of the cut aparts and just cut them down really quickly, and I'm just going to create this layered effect. I really like how this came out, and I definitely think I'm going to try that again. I don't normally do this heavy layering, but I love the way that it looked. I do cut out the taping and a lot of the cutting, so if you see things magically stick to the page, that's why. And I'm just going to put all of my photos in place. Now I did decide this needed a little bit more to make it the feature photo. I tried this little stripe paper, but I thought it was kind of busy with the hearts right behind it. Decided on this really beautiful yellow paper. And going to use that to really make this color photo the feature photo. And I like to do that on my layouts. I like, if I have multiple photo layouts, which I do fairly frequently, I like to have one of them be the focus, the focal image, and really want to bring a lot of attention to that one. That's also why it's in color and the other 2 are in black and white. So I'm going to grab the sticker sheet and I'm just adding a couple of little embellishments around the page. The first is a legendary up in the top right photo, and then I'm going to add this little border strip across the top of the page. And I don't know what it is that I like about borders, but I just love them. I just think that it really makes the page feel more complete. And what else do I grab here? I think I grabbed a heart sticker, to put on there. And then I'm just going to grab a couple more. Now I did grab this little flag that said mentor, and I would rather have grabbed the little brick one that said loving, which would have been perfect to put with my twins picture, but it was the same color as the frame, and I was afraid it would just kind of meld into the frame and you wouldn't really see it. So I do end up adding a little flag to that later. Now for the title, I really wanted to use these Felicity Jane wooden alphabets. I really think they kind of stand out from the page and kind of grab your attention, just to bring some attention back to that focal image and also to the title, because there's a lot of words on this background and I don't want the title to get lost. This little My Hero heart is just perfect, and I absolutely wanted to make sure that I included that. I know that my husband had a very close relationship with his Peepaw, and Peepaw is probably one of the most southern grandpa names I've ever heard. And I love it. I love the fact that he had his own name that wasn't Grandpa, that wasn't Papa, which are fairly common. But Peepaw, that was just what all of his grandkids called him, and I think it fit him. He was just a funny, laid back, very southern man, and really, really admire him. And when doing remembrance pages like this really help us to share with the kids what he was like. All right, we did some splattering and now some scattering, and this layout is just about done. Please be sure to check out the other videos in this hop. They're in the description box below, and I would love for you to like, subscribe, and comment. Thanks so much for joining me, guys. Until next time, bye.